Hey folks, Real Honesty with Jarmitlin. I'm Jarmitlin. This is Rapid Fire episode 30, where I want to first introduce a new producer to the show. Come on up, bud. This is Tiger. I got him from an adoption center. He's a 3 to 5 year old domestic short hair, and he's upset with me, so I'm going to put him down. He's pretty much a therapy cat. If you guys have followed me on Twitter for a while, you might have seen some throwback pictures that I'll put up about about an old Maine Coon that I had, and that's pretty much what he is. He just reminds me of him a lot, so he's a therapy cat. But anyway, rapid fire. This is me taking a few subjects, and I'm going to talk about them briefly. And I figured, why not? And I want to introduce him to the show. Yes, oh goodness, you got to rub up against everything, don't you? He's a good cat. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about, and by the way, excuse me if I reach off to the side here. He wants a lot of attention because he's a rescue. But anyway, Asuka relinquishes the NXT title. This happened on the NXT Spoilers, where we all saw it coming because however the severity of her injury is, and whether it's literally broken or whether it just needs to be rehabbed or something, her collarbone, she's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 3 months at the most. But her relinquishing the title, what does it mean? One, it keeps her undefeated. You can put the title up for grabs on the finals of the Mae Young Classic, and the winner could become the champion. That's what spiced up the Cruiserweight Classic. That had a lot of spice of the finale. And also, this is good for Asuka. And here's why it's good for Asuka. Really, honestly, I mean, besides maybe Ember Moon, maybe Nikki Cross, there was nobody that was ready to take the title from her. This gives the chance for the Mae Young Classic winner to win the title if they decide to go that route. And they can do a lot of great things with it. Asuka can go to Raw or SmackDown. Please go to SmackDown. Raw, they're going to ruin her. I would not be surprised if she loses her first match on Raw. Because Vince has not, and I mean, I'm sorry, he doesn't really know what to do with a lot of foreign talents. Especially Japanese talents. He just doesn't seem to know what to do. I mean, Taka Michinoku is a great example. Kenzo Suzuki was not very good in the ring, so I'm not really surprised. But a few others, honestly, really have not done all that well. Nakamura, I'm not too sure what they're doing with him, but we'll see what happens. But Asuka, I'm not saying you need to handle her with kid gloves. How they booked her in NXT has been pretty good. Now, you could argue that it's held some women down. I don't agree with that. This is one of the few really, really long title reigns that has actually worked. And it's actually worked well. So I feel bad for Asuka, but it protects her and gives a new crop of women a chance to go after the championship. And I'm all for it. Anyway, now we go to something that Nikki Bella said about Total Divas. She says that Total Divas sparked the women's revolution and the show doesn't get the credit it deserves. And that the cast doesn't get the credit they deserve. I don't know what Nikki is smoking or drinking, or if she drank a bottle of wine before saying this. I don't know if maybe she just woke up and just decided that she was suddenly going to spout BS, but I'm sorry, Nikki, no. Now, I'm not discounting that Nikki Bella has not worked hard. She has worked hard. She has worked very, very hard. The thing is, though, no. If anything, Total Divas, and I like Natty and a lot of the cast members on there, if anything, Total Divas made it more difficult for the women to get over. Because as the rise of women's wrestling was happening in NXT, and AJ Lee, Caitlyn, and others, Eve Torres, and others were trying to do things, this happened. I mean, I think Eve Torres actually left the company before Total Divas happened. But you get my point. Women were working really, really hard and did not get taken as seriously because of a show like Total Divas. And that's not knocking the cast necessarily, even though I've never been the biggest Bellas fan. But yeah, Nikki's justifiably insane for saying this. Justifiably insane. Now, did Total Divas afford more opportunities for women to get on TV? Sure, to be on TV. I personally think the show has jumped the shark at this point, and Total Bella's absolutely pointless show. but there's a good amount of positive stuff from it if fans are able to interact with their favorite wrestlers more. That's great. That part's great. But I'm sorry, this did not spark the women's revolution, which is just a goofy term anyway. If anything, this held it down longer. And it took till sometime in 2015. Actually, it took till Nikki Bella's title reign ended, and that's not Nikki's fault. It was a spiteful title reign. But it was once Nikki Bella's title reign ended, then things started to get better. But it just didn't. This whole thing did not help. Not a good thing at all. Not a good thing one bit. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's delusional here. But she's absolutely insane for this. And thank you guys, by the way, for putting up. I'm still dealing with allergies, even though I've taken stuff for it. You know, as far as Claritin. Still bother me, but thank you for putting up with that. And just in general. And also, thank you for putting up with the fact that my producer, who is back here. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's over there. He's a good cat. By the way, just a quick moment. I encourage you guys to adopt pets. Go to a pet store that works with an adoption center. Figure out the kind of pet you want and everything, and figure out if your home is the best thing. That's a little bit of a PSA. This cat's going to be kind of a therapy cat. He's really good for me. Nothing against the two cats that I have. The gray one that you've seen and the other tabby type that you've seen. They're both really, really good cats, but they weren't my cats. This one's going to be mine. But anyway, that's just a little PSA. Encourage you guys, adopt a pet. Like, really. Like, you could give a pet a good home instead of getting a kitten. Which, there's nothing wrong with getting a kitten, by the way. You give a kitten a good home. But you get a chance to give a pet. You give a chance to adopt a pet. Especially like him. 3 years old, abandoned. At the doorstep. He didn't know what was going on. He'd only been in the donation center for a short time and at the pet store for a couple days before I got him. And yeah, he's a great animal. Just really, really is. So there we go for that. That's my little PSA about adoption. Great pet, and the more videos I shoot here, hopefully as he gets more acclimated to the house, it's only his second day here, I'll bring him on the show more, and maybe bring the dogs on because, you know, I have 2 dogs here. Anyway, so Nikki Bella, absolutely insane. Now, this is something in particular that I'm going to get a little bit upset about, though. He has helped, and his name's Tiger, by the way, if I didn't say that before. He's helped calm me down. For those of you that saw the unveiling of the Mae Young Classic, when they did the little thing at Full Sail and showed all the competitors and everything, there was one in particular where I believe she's Scottish. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I believe she is. But her name's Piper Niven. Piper Niven, something like that. She was the one, if you remember, I remember some people pointing out that she's kind of big. And she was. I mean, she was a little big. I mean, whatever. She could wrestle. Who cares? But this post that a friend of mine shared on Facebook was from some wrestling page. And people were calling her all kinds of names. And these weren't names I was calling her, because I personally don't care. Let her go out there and wrestle and, prove people wrong. Pig, she should be in a pie eating contest, this kind of stuff and whatever. Fans that do that shit aren't real fans. Now, we all have favorites and least favorites. We may pick on the flaws of our least favorites, myself included. But I'm sorry, that is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I hate that stuff. That is really, really vile, and those aren't actual real wrestling fans. Those kind of fans are not ones that represent us. The ones that actually have a heart and have a brain and want to give talents a chance. I hope that she does well in the Mae Young Classic. I managed to avoid spoilers because I already taped all this stuff. First 4 episodes are going to drop on Monday. I'm recording this Friday, by the way, Friday the 25th. And so I don't know how well she did. If I remember reading right, all 32 of the Mae Young Classic, competitors have been signed to contracts. That is very good. I'm very happy for that. Maybe they can have the UK women help build the UK brand too. I don't know how that's going to work. But my whole point is about, Piper here. Who cares? Who cares if she's a little bigger? Nia's a little bigger, and I mean, if they would take the damn bodysuit off of her and actually let her wrestle, then she could do just fine. I do not understand the whole body shaming thing. I just don't understand it. At least at this point. It would be one thing if she was like, say, 300 pounds and trying to wrestle and could barely move around the ring. And I'm not saying body shame her, but maybe, oh, she might want to lose weight so she can move around the ring. If she can move around good, if she can do well, who cares? Who cares? And those of you that are body shaming her because of that, you aren't real fans. Not real fans at all. And I am personally disgusted. I am absolutely 100% disgusted by this. And y'all are probably a bunch of lonely, stupid marks that can't even do anything except sit. And I'm not even going to say in your parents' house. I'm not even going to say, the whole in the parents' basement thing. Because there are people, and I'm just going to, unveil something. I mean, not that people don't know. But I've had to live in my parents' house for the past 5+ years after living on my own for 4 because of the high cost of living on my own and the high cost of rent and everything. But the ones that shame wrestlers like this, especially focusing on the women, come on. Just come on, guys. You probably wouldn't even have a chance with this woman anyway, and yet you're going to fat shame her and call her disgusting and everything and stuff like that, when she could probably wrestle and run circles around you guys. So I hope that she does well and hope she proves the doubters wrong. I'm not familiar necessarily with her indie career, but I hope that she can do very well. I hope she can do very well in the Mae Young Classic and beyond, and being given the chance on a bigger stage to prove people wrong and prove that she can wrestle. So to all you fans doing that kind of stuff, oh, fuck you guys. Stop body shaming people that you wouldn't have any chance with anyway. So, final note, Sid Vicious claims that Reigns is light years ahead of Owens. I love Sid. I do. I think Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, whatever you want to call him, is one of the best, one of the better big men as far as tall men in the business. People say he couldn't really work a lick. He had an intimidating physique, though. He's an intimidating son of a bitch. He knows more about the wrestling business than I do or most fans, but I'm sorry, a lot of fans don't see it. Some fans do. I'm not saying that Reigns isn't good in the ring. He's capable of having good matches. He's not really that good on the mic. Owens is a master on the mic compared to Reigns. And Owens is a damn good wrestler in the ring. Owens is a complete package and the full kind of, dick heel and everything that people can support. Reigns just isn't that guy. Now, is Reigns moving merch? Is Reigns getting big reactions, even if it's mostly negative? Sure. But Kevin Owens is better at getting reactions than Roman Reigns, because Kevin Owens knows how to dig at the fans better. With Reigns, a lot of it is because of how they're pushing him. So sorry, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with Mr. Sid, Vicious Psycho Sid. So anyway, guys, that's my edition of Rapid Fire. Thank you for putting up with my voice, and thank you for putting up with my little PSA. Here it is, my new producer that's lounging in the sun over there. Do you agree? Do you disagree with what I said? What are some topics you want me to talk about? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link is in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.